What's up guys, this is ANZ Wallbreaker here and you're watching my channel Wallbreakers, here to inspire you to be epic, be legendary. I just want to take this opportunity again to thank you viewers for checking out my channel, whether you're new or old. If you like this, if you feel like this channel is for you, please hit like, hit subscribe, share my video. For you new viewers who are checking my video out for the first time, I got the opportunity to go to Australia, New Zealand with my wife in May 2017. This video is going to focus on the Australia part, which we got to go to Sydney, Cairns, and Melbourne. Number 10, the Australian Museum. Alright, when I was there, the Australian Museum was celebrating 190 years of existence. That is a very long time for a museum, and it is one of the most famous museums in Sydney, if not all of Australia. I love this museum very much because it got me an opportunity to check out Aboriginal history, culture. You got to see the different types of that. Also, I got to do the spider exhibit. And if you don't know, Australia has some of the most deadliest creatures on the planet. So when you go there and you get to see and play spiders, you learn a lot about spiders. And it was very cool to be able to hold a spider in my hand, which I did. Wife did not want to because she doesn't like spiders. Yeah, so I can't blame her. But it was a very Wallbreaker moment to hold different Australian spiders and just to see that that they didn't want to kill me. Number 9, the Botanical Gardens of Sydney. If you love Botanical Gardens, if you want to go out on a nice day and just see different plants, this is for you. This place is stunning. It is outdoors and there's so many different types of plants that to see in that garden that is amazing. It's amazing how they keep this up all year round. The city does, and it's just when you go through it, it's just you just want to stay there. It's like a slice of heaven. To me, if there was an Eden, this would be it. It is so beautiful. It's gorgeous. If you get the opportunity to see cockatoos out there, which I suggest you should see them, they are really interesting animals to play with. If you have food, they'll love you to death. If you don't, they will run away from you or try to snap your hands off. So if you try to feed them, just be careful where your fingers is at, because they have some beaks that will try to take your finger off. Number 8, the Queen Victoria Market. The Queen Victoria Market is a wonderful place to buy stuff. There's so much stuff for everyone to see, and it is wonderful display. They have food-wise, they got different meats, cheeses, produce, stuff, different stuff to eat. If you want good deals on clothing, they got that. If you want some good deals on souvenirs, they got it. It is there. It is a experience if you are a tourist. I believe that the Queen Victoria Market is one place that you should check out in Melbourne. Different places, different things to do. My wife and I, we were in there for most of the day when we checked it out, and it was overwhelming to say the least. And it was crazy just to see the different vendors all around trying to sell different stuff, from shoes to clothing. It's insane. And if you want to eat a good lunch or a good meal there, that is the place to do it, because you'll get so much samples and you'll get so much treats. You'll just feel like you're gaining so much weight, but it is worth it. So check out the Queen's Victoria Market if you get the opportunity. Number 7, the National Gallery of Victoria. This museum is in Melbourne, and the reason it was a Wallbreaker moment for me because of the Van Gogh exhibit. I am a lover of art. I've said this a few times in my videos. I love museums. The master of the Impressionist painting, it was stupendous. I got to see many of his stuff. I got to learn more about Van Gogh, such as his favorite season happens to be autumn, because it just changes. And I love how Van Gogh paints. Like, he paints like he's in a rush because everything's changing, everything's fleeting. Beauty doesn't last for an eternity. Eventually it goes away and then something replaces it. So Van Gogh does an extraordinary job of painting to as close as to the beauty from what he saw through his eyes. Number 6, National Rugby League game. Alright, I am a lover of rugby. I love it more than American football, and I am a die-hard American football lover. But I love watching rugby. I watch it as much times as I can. I just love the opportunity to actually go to a stadium and watch a rugby game. My wife and I, we went to the ANZ Stadium to watch the Bulldogs and Roosters play. And the Roosters won that game that day. But what I liked about it was the experience of hearing the crowds, the Australian crowds, yell and scream. I thought the American fans back at home was top class, but the Australians could challenge us any day, at any time when it comes to sports. Australians are very die-hard and passionate about their sports. They love it. It's fun seeing them talk trash to the other teams and yell at the refs and all that. Number 5, Featherdale Wildlife. Alright, I got the opportunity for the first time to touch a kangaroo, wallaby, and kangaroo. Touching them is an amazing feeling because it's an animal I've never have come across personally. Even at zoos, you don't get very close to them, but this wildlife park was awesome. I got the opportunity to pet a koala bear and pet a wallabies. It was good. But this wildlife has different types of Australian animals, such as you see the dingo, you see the wombat. You see so many different Australian animals that you don't get the opportunity to see in many places but Australia. So it was definitely worth it. I loved it and I had a great time. Number 4, the Blue Mountains. The Blue Mountains is a very famous park area of natural beauty. It has all these mountains that come together that's outside of Sydney. There's a city called Blue Mountain City that many people from Sydney go out to vacation and relax and get away from the city life. You can see why once you visit there. When you go to the Blue Mountains, you get the opportunity to go up on the mountains and see the stunning gorgeousness of Australia and what Australia has to offer. One of the most famous landmarks are the Three Sisters, and it is worth to go up there. I've heard some people hiked down there. Now, from what they've told me, I've talked to some people out there, is that they had to prepare heavily to make sure that they got enough water, they got enough food just in case they have trouble to get back. Now, if you go to the Three Sisters, I would recommend that you be in good shape, because if you want to go to the bottom of the Three Sisters, there's steep stairs that you have to take, and it's not that the going down is what's challenging, even though it will feel like if you get bumped, you will fall off the stairs and down to a very bottom point. But it's coming up. Coming up is a workout, and let me tell you that you're not in shape, you're not going to make it back up. I'm telling you that right now. Going the stairs are very steep, and coming back up will work your butt and legs off. You will feel the burn as you go up. Woo! Number 3, the Daintree Rainforest. If you are big on jungle and hiking and camping, this place is for you. The Daintree Rainforest is a secluded place. It is protected by the Australian government. It is a beautiful, gorgeous rainforest. You get to see different stuff. I took the tour out there. Good thing I took the tour out there because I learned how dangerous. There are a lot of stuff. There's a lot of dangerous plants that could just rip your skin up to shreds. if you fall into the wrong part of the Daintree River, there are some bull sharks, some saltwater crocodiles. There's some dangerous stuff that if you're not experienced in going out there, that you really need to find someone that knows where to go and how to manage the forest, because they'll be able to tell you what not to touch, what to touch, and it was very eye-opening to see that and go there. I was fortunate that I had a tour guide, because he told me my tour guide rocked that day. He took us to a safe part of the Daintree Rainforest, and I had a blast. I got to swim in the Daintree River and just enjoy it. The water was very cold. It was chilly, but I got to swim in it, and it was very refreshing. And I just felt alive that day to be able to do that. The Daintree Rainforest is definitely worth it, so check it out. Number 2, Sydney Opera House and Harbour. Obviously, these are the most famous landmarks in all of Australia. What I will suggest that you do if you go out there is to watch an actual show in the Sydney Opera House. Why? Because that's what it was there for. To show plays, to show operas. Why not just people? I see many people take pictures of the Sydney Opera House, but it's rare that you hear them talk about watching a play or opera out there. I recommend that you do it. I got to watch a play, 2 Weddings, 1 Bride. Very good opera show. The actors were awesome. They could sing. It was hilarious. I had a good time. My wife had a good time. It was really fun. Number 1, the Great Barrier Reef. If you get an opportunity to go out there, go to Cairns or Port Douglas, you should do this. This should be a recommended thing you do. Why? Because it's the Great Barrier Reef. Why wouldn't you? The Great Barrier Reef is one of the most famous underwater landmarks in Australia. It's the biggest range of coral in the entire planet. So why not? It is very gorgeous. If you're not a scuba diver like I am, or certified scuba diver like I am, you can still see it by snorkeling. You just gotta be comfortable getting in the water. And for most cases, if you're putting fins, you'll be okay. Now, I recommend that you don't touch the coral because they are very sensitive and they affect the ecosystem there. But it is definitely worth it. I loved it. I'm glad I got to do it. Now, because of that, I love scuba diving, and I'm looking to do much more scuba diving because of the Great Barrier Reef. It was worth the scuba diving. Those are my 10 Wallbreaker moments while in Australia. If you like this, please hit like, hit subscribe, share my stories. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter under ANZ Wallbreakers. So I'll be signing out. And remember,